Tonight we're exposing a betrayal so egregious it will make your blood boil. While Americans in North Carolina live in tents and East Palestine continues to suffer, Joe Biden just announced he's spending $1 billion to Africa. That's right, your tax dollars are flying overseas while our own citizens struggle. But there's more. As Biden burns your money, DOGE, yes, the new Department of Government Efficiency, is getting ready to slash. Yes, corporate America is abandoning woke policies too, and even Democrat Eric Adams is praising Trump's government waste reduction plans. The Great Awakening is happening, my friends. And speaking of transformations, let me tell you why I'm passionate about BioTrust Collagen. After age 20, your body produces 12% less collagen each decade. But this isn't just about looking younger, it's about feeling stronger. Unlike typical supplements, BioTrust combines the 5 critical types of collagen your body needs. It's helping Americans take control of their aging process while the elites waste your tax dollars. Visit healthwithgary.com for an incredible 51% off, plus get free VIP coaching, a free skin health ebook, and free shipping. Take back control of your vitality today. And we thank BioTrust for their sponsorship of this show. All right. So this news just in. Jared Moskowitz is the first Democrat to join the DOGE caucus. Out of Parkland, Florida, the news today, Congressman Jared Moskowitz announced he would join the bipartisan Congressional Department of Government Efficiency caucus, releasing the following statement, that he will join the caucus because he believes that streamlining government process and reducing ineffective government spending should not be a partisan issue. I've been clear there are ways we can reorganize our government to make it work better for the American people, specifically the Department of Homeland Security. While very necessary, has gotten too big. The caucus should look at the bureaucracy that DHS has become and include recommendations to make Secret Service and FEMA independent federal agencies with a direct report to the White House. It's not practical to have 22 agencies under one department. I look forward to working on a bipartisan manner with my colleagues to remove FEMA and Secret Service from DHS. Wow, that is pretty remarkable. But then we have this $1 billion has just been announced for Africa by Joe Biden. This is North Carolina that you're seeing on the screen right there. And Salty Goat says, they literally hate you. Never forget that. So, scenes of absolute devastation in North Carolina. And Joe Biden's in Africa giving $1 billion away. Remember those checks? $750 if you're lucky to even get through to a FEMA representative. But no, just handing out $1 billion in Africa while our own people here in the United States suffer. But don't worry, because FEMA has just released an infographic touting their successes in Western North Carolina for the past 67 days. In the graphic, they proudly display they have delivered 42 housing units. 42. The question asked, how does an agency of 20,000 people deliver just 42 temporary homes in 2 months? I mean, this is how tone deaf this agency is. That they would actually brag about it. I would have probably just left that off. 42. How many people actually need help there? I'm sure it's a lot more than 42 people that need help. Take a look at this here. North Carolina Helene response. By the numbers, 262 million assistance to households. 34 projects obligated towards community recovery, 274 million. 1.55 million cubic yards of debris removed. 42 households in direct housing. How nice of them. 5,200 applicants checked into TSA hotels. And 18 disaster recovery centers are open. 42,625 disaster recovery center visitors. 54,008 survivor interactions and 12,592 registered households. But 42 in direct housing. That's embarrassing. Ryan Fournier, A lot of people have submitted their resignations today, the DOJ and the FBI. That's good news. The swamp is starting to cleanse itself because they know there's a new sheriff in town. Of course, we have Kash Patel coming in. He has been nominated to lead the FBI, Pam Bondi at the DOJ, and they know these people they mean business. And they're not going to take any crap from the holdovers from the Biden administration and the deep state that want to hang on to their positions of power, so they're going to leave. They're probably going to end up in some think tank or some revolving door, and they're going to work to undermine the Trump presidency in some capacity. So I don't think they're going to go away quietly. A lot of these people, we talked about this before, that when DOGE comes in and cuts all these programs, they want to cut $2 trillion in programs. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of programs that those that are funding these people's livelihoods. All right. When they need to find out, just how many calories a shrimp burns on a treadmill underwater, those scientists need those funds. And those scientists are going to be pissed when they're not going to get it anymore. A lot of pissed off bureaucrats. But that doesn't stop what's happening in Miami-Dade County. They've unveiled the Donald J. Trump Avenue after Trump flipped Miami-Dade. This is the first time since 1988 that a Republican presidential candidate won Miami-Dade County. President Donald J. Trump Avenue. Who would have thought, right? Look at that. Who would have thought? A twice impeached president, now the 47th president, having a street named after him. This is the beginning of a great movement in this country that is going to see many more renamings of streets, airports, all kinds of places because of the history that is going to be made by this presidency. I mean, it's already being made. The guy's not even in office yet for the 47th as 47, and things are already changing. I mean, the fact that he overcame assassination attempts, indictments, every single thing the deep state could throw at him, he has survived and overcome to be the 47th president. Absolutely historic. Absolutely. What do you say? What do you say, Don?
ISIS has spread like cancer. Another mess I inherited.
Okay, what else?
When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice.
There you go. There you go. That's better. Oh, yeah. Here we have Trump War Room posting this 8 hours ago. President Donald J. Trump Avenue. And look, it looks like Donald Trump was there. Okay, we have this from Commissioner Ken Marino. President Donald J. Trump Avenue is official in Miami-Dade County. Today, we ratified the city of Hialeah's initiative to honor President Trump's legacy of championing freedom and opportunity by co-designating Palm Avenue, a vital artery in our community, as President Donald J. Trump Avenue. Look at Donald Trump. Look at him. Is he signing it? He's signing the sign. How cool would that be, man? Look at that smile on his face. Look, wait, where did it go? Where's the smile? Go, let's see the smile. Let's see the smile. Look at that smile. Oh, man. Gotta love it, dude. I mean, some of the smiles I've seen in pictures of Trump lately, most genuine I've ever seen. Absolutely beautiful. Ron Paul gets it. Just saw this today. This was 7 hours ago. It appears to be official now. Elon Musk asked me to advise the new Department of Government Efficiency. I'd love to help bring sanity back. That is sexy. DOGE replying to Elon Musk. I love America News. How cool, man. But then we have this loser.
Today.
Joe Biden, the loser in Africa.
That's the right thing for the wealthiest nation. That's the right thing for the wealthiest nation in the world to do. And today, I'm announcing over $1 billion in new humanitarian support for Africans displaced from homes by historic droughts and food insecurity. We know African leaders and citizens are seeking more than just aid. You seek investment. So the United States is expanding our relationship all across Africa, from assistance to aid, to investment to trade, moving from patrons to partners to help bridge the infrastructure gap. I was told, by the way, when I got elected, I could never get an infrastructure bill passed.
Yeah, so he's there passing out your tax dollars. Meanwhile, Joe Biden giving away $1 billion taxpayer money to Africa while homelessness ravages America. This is Stephen Miller posting this. I'm not sure who this individual is on the video, but let's give him some of our time.
We're here in Kamalaville, and as you can see, our community has become uninhabitable. Of course, I live in San Francisco. This is Oakland, California. I'm just checking up on my neighbors this morning to see how things are going. Obviously, this is absolutely horrible. This is the direct result of electing corrupt far-left Democrats who have enabled chaos and death for financial gain via corrupt nonprofits and corrupt organizations who have benefited from the suffering of the less fortunate on the streets. Thousands upon thousands of innocent Americans have died from fentanyl in the last few years alone. Fentanyl is a form of chemical warfare on the American people. It comes from China across the southern border and into our communities across the country. I wish I could say that this was just a San Francisco, Oakland problem, but unfortunately, Los Angeles looks like this, Portland looks like this, Seattle looks like this, Detroit looks like this, Denver looks like this, Tulsa looks like this, Honolulu looks like this, Anchorage looks like this, New York City looks like this. You get the picture. It's not just happening in California, it's happening all across our country. If we elect Kamala Harris to be the next president of the United States of America, this is exactly what the rest of our country will look like if it does not yet already look like this. Do not walk through here yourselves. Do not try this at home, kids. This is not a TikTok destination. I might get shot. Somebody already pulled a pistol out on me about 10 minutes ago. We are on the edge of civilization.
It's a third world country. Joe Biden's America, as he hands out your tax dollars. Washington Times report 6 hours ago, President-elect Donald Trump's transition team said Tuesday it signed an agreement with the Justice Department paving the way for the FBI to process security clearance requests. So the transition is underway. Security clearances are about to be processed. Joe Biden announcing $1 billion for victims of natural disasters. I mean, this is total clown world. African victims of natural disasters as Americans live in tents in North Carolina. And we just showed you what's going on in California. Third world nation. Vivek Ramaswamy 6 hours ago posting, last year we spent $13 million on foreign aid to China. $13 million. He says it's not a huge number, but it reveals the parity of how our government works. We borrow money from China with interest, only to donate it back to China and other countries too. Foreign aid has become nonsensical and requires scrutiny. Vivek Ramaswamy, working with the Department of Government Efficiency, the DOGE. This is the kind of stuff we need to be looking at. I can't even fathom the ridiculousness of foreign aid. And I know they do it as a carrot. They do it as a way to get these nations to be beholden to us, to get them to do our bidding. That's why they do it. But it's got to stop. I mean, the $1 billion to Africa, $13 million on foreign aid to China, but still, it's too much. Nick Sortor, Joe Biden announced he's given $1 billion to help natural disasters in Africa. Meanwhile, people in East Palestine, Ohio, received zero assistance after the government nuked them. Victims of the Lahaina Maui fire being forced off the island. Western North Carolinas are living in literal tents. Why is this happening? It's because Joe Biden, Kamala Harris do not care about American people. Juanita Broderick, FJB, and his handouts to Africa while this American citizen is desperate for help. It breaks my heart. I'm not sure what this woman's talking about, but we're going to find out.
Hi, my name is Deborah. I'm on TikTok as Cat Mommy 2. I'm 66 years old, disabled, widowed, no family. I do have my 2 precious cats. And I found out this morning that in less than a week, I'm going to be homeless. I have no one to help me. I've reached out to every available charity in my area, but unfortunately, I'm a victim of Hurricane Helene in South Carolina, and there are no funds. FEMA won't even help. The tiny studio apartment I've got right now was damaged, and I have black mold in my apartment, and they won't fix it, and they told me they don't have any place to move me to. So the only other option for me is to move out. And I told them I couldn't afford to move out. So they took me to court and evicted me this morning. And within a week, I will be served with papers from the sheriffs giving me 24 hours to move out. I just want a roof over my head. I have a car. It's not in the best shape, but I don't want to live in my car. And I don't want to give up my 2 precious cats. They're all I've got. And I'm scared to ask for help because I'm not a beggar on TikTok. I truly just have needs for myself. I was scheduled to have 2 surgeries next week, and now I can't have that done. So I don't know how to ask for help. I've never done this before. If someone would please help me just to relocate somewhere safe so that I'm not on the streets and I'm not going hungry. That's all I want. I'm not a drug user. I don't need money for food because I do get food stamps. But if I have to live in my car, I have no place to cook. I have no place to shower. And I'm honestly just scared right now. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate all my friends that I have on TikTok. God is good, and I know He will look out for me. But I just want to get someplace safe. Thank you.
Oh boy. That was Cat Mommy 284 on TikTok. Cat Mommy 284 on TikTok. Her story is one of many stories of what happened in the aftermath of Helene. I don't know if you're watching and you feel like you want to reach out to her, find her on TikTok, send her a message. Maybe somebody can help. Maybe somebody watching right now, you can be a hero for that woman. Because Joe Biden's definitely not being a hero to anybody. Speaking of money, this 6 hours ago, calling it a mic drop moment in the Senate. The Senate summoned credit card monopolies to answer why they're ripping all of us off. Let's listen in.
United States, right? 0.3% in-person cap in the EU, right? Visa does business, right, in the EU?
Yes.
And MasterCard does business in the EU, right?
Yes.
And all of those wonderful things you described, fraud protection, consumer confidence, you do that in Europe just like you do here in the United States, right?
Yes.
So why not have Mr. Callahan pay the lower rate and all the Mr. Callahans around the country? What's the problem? You're able to do it and make a profit.
Senator, we share your values in wanting to drive lower prices for small business.
You are killing small business in the United States of America.
Wow. Credit card companies on notice. I believe J.D. Vance actually authored legislation to cap the interest rates. So that's good. Mayor Eric Adams is now publicly supporting President Trump's plan to cut government waste. Let's listen in.
That we're seeing, this is inefficient. This is inefficient to do. And so I'm hoping he's going to examine all of the inefficiencies that we're seeing in government, because I came in with that same energy and spirit. We have been wasting taxpayers' money for far too long. Wow. And we need to stop wasting taxpayers' money. So his observation is the observation that I had. But we had no other choice but to do just that. This is inefficient.
So Eric Adams is supporting Elon Musk and President Trump's plan. That's good. And we got this from Jake Tapper, suggesting Elon Musk cannot succeed with the DOGE because he will open the border for, really? Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
He basically did is, what makes you think that, if you think that Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk might be good at this? I mean, obviously, Tesla and Musk's exploration of space are impressive, but when it came to trimming the fat out of Twitter, what he basically did is just open the door for Nazis and Hamas. So, you know, it might be a leaner operation at Twitter, but it also made Twitter kind of a cesspool.
Yeah, and look, I've been a leader on that, sending letters to Elon about all the anti-Semitic comments, quite frankly, that I get towards me on Twitter. At the end of the day, I think everyone in Congress...
How about just get some thick skin, buddy? Just get some thick skin. There's a lot of jerks out there. A lot of trolls on X. Just ignore them. My goodness. And Jake Tapper saying he's opening the door to these people. So he's going to... How is that even... That doesn't even relate to DOGE. Tapper.
Cesspool.
Yeah, and look, I've been a leader on that, sending letters to Elon about all the anti-Semitic comments, quite frankly, that I get towards me on Twitter. At the end of the day, I think everyone in Congress is of the position that government isn't perfect, right? So I'm looking for ways to improve government. I think the American people expect us to find ways to improve government. And in some places, that may be shrinking the size of government. By the way, that used to be a Republican concept. But lately, they want more government in bedrooms. And so I'm looking to have this overall conversation. It's why I joined the caucus, to go there and meet with my colleagues across the aisle. And Democrats shouldn't fear this conversation. I think there are ways to improve government, and I'm looking to do that.
So that is Representative Moskowitz, the first Democrat to join the Government Efficiency Caucus. And, of course, Turd Tapper there on CNN drawing just bizarre lines to Elon Musk's, his moderation practices on X, to somehow connecting it to how he's going to run DOGE. I mean, the logic at CNN it's one of the reasons why CNN is losing to the Hallmark Channel and MSNBC is up for sale. These people are out of control. But it all stems from the top, right from this guy here, giving $1 billion away to Africa, while people are living in tent cities, homeless encampments, women like this woman here, Cat Mommy 284, about to get evicted, Credit card companies just gouging with super high interest rates. At least we got Mayor Eric Adams, though. He's like, you know what? I think we got to line up with Trump and DOGE and get rid of all this government waste. So, I mean, the contrast could not be clearer. While Biden ships billions overseas, Americans are waking up to the reality of our broken system. Show your resistance to this America Last agenda with our new MAG Avengers collection at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Each piece represents your commitment to putting our citizens first. Now, here's what I want you to consider and comment below. If Joe Biden is willing to send $1 billion to Africa while Americans are homeless and suffering, what does it tell us about his true loyalties? And why is the mainstream media celebrating this betrayal instead of demanding answers? Share your thoughts in the comments, and remember to check out our MAG Avengers collection in the merch shop.